Well, good news. Hello. Oh my gosh. I can't speak right now. Hello and good evening, everybody. Wow. That was rough. All right. Hope everyone's been having a good day so far. Let's get everything set here. Boom. Hello. What is this song right here? We're just gonna pause that because not a fan. I gotta figure out something to do with music here because yeah, I don't want to get copyright claims, but at the same time too, I can't have no music. It drives me insane. So let's see. Gosh, here we go. Interesting. Okay, sweet. Well, welcome. Let's get into this, I guess. We got our flight tonight. We're taking off from State College, Pennsylvania, up to Adirondack Regional, which is in the middle of Adirondack Park in upstate New York. Looks like right outside of Harrietstown. Kind of in the middle of nowhere, I guess. I would say it's in Harrietstown, looking at the map. Nonetheless, yeah, that is our flight. Let's see here. Let's get everything loaded up in the plane. All of that. Oh, you know, I should. I gotta readjust the time here now. Let's see, what's sunset? About 5:30? Take off. $5:16. That'd be 4:16. Or waiting center 2. If it's there, it'd be like 3. We set it to like 3:30. Maybe not. Do one. Sorry, just trying to adjust the time here. I probably should have done that prior. That's okay. All right, let's do this. Let's save. Okay, let's do that. Prep for the next flight here. Validate. Going to Kilo Sierra Lima Kilo. Oh, interesting. Noticed we can import sim brief. Well, let's get things set up here, I guess. Kilo uniform. Number Victor. Games is all they have. Well, whatever. Take that one. And then we're gonna go to Kilo Sierra Lima Kilo. Sure. Let's apply that. Okay. Wish you could like actually click that correctly. That makes zoom out, zoom out. Why is that all messed up? Why does that does not make any sense whatsoever. Hold on here. get this correct. Okay, and then our payload off. Fuel. Okay, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Okay, 190. What do we gotta have? 632. 250. 250. Yeah, we're gonna be overweight here. Let's try something here for a second. If this isn't correct. See, now this, why did it? On 340, on 3. Okay. Okay. Okay, whatever. We're gonna stick with that. Jeez. This is ridiculous. All right, if we auto set this, will it adjust it? It doesn't. That's kind of funny. Okay. And then we want... Oops. There we go. Okay. Rock on. I was wondering why I wasn't hearing anything. Okay, I think we got everything set now, finally. I should probably, you know what? Next stream, I'm going to do that before I get into the actual stream. So... So by default, YouTube is giving me top chat instead of live chat. Okay, hello. Yeah, I don't think you can change it to make it live chat if you want. But yeah, top chat is always the default for streams. For here, it probably doesn't make any difference. But for large streams, somehow it's supposed to like filter through like what it thinks spammy messages are, I believe. I don't know how they dictate that. It's I don't know. I think, you know, it's meant more or less for streams that have, you know, thousands of people watching and trying to type all at the same time. I think it makes it so you're supposed to be able to kind of read what's going on in chat. So it's still nuts though. I mean, I've seen it in action and I don't know. I don't think it helps. If it does, it is very minimal. So anyways, what's going on, Shaq? How you doing? Let's get this baby on the road here. So continuing on from where we were yesterday. That is not a centered view. We should also put on precision mode. Go. Okay. I always get in here and this feels like so just touchy, I guess. Okay, avionics on. Good with the flight plan. Full mixture, full rich, full throttle as well. Prime it, bring her back, open her about 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. The beacons are on. We are good to go. Okay. And that on taxi light, landing lights. I don't know what to do with this. It's in the way here. It's there we go. I was listening back last night. I need to switch over to my other cam, by the way. I was listening last night, and there was at times where I thought I was too close to the microphone, but I was far enough away that I was starting to get kind of that echoey room sound. So we're gonna try and find that happy medium and not punch our microphone. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of that parking brake. Good man, just finished the paint job I was doing this week. Nice. So are you done for the week then, or you gotta go tomorrow? Probably figure out where taxi here. Clearance. Press. Back correct. In ground. West taxi. Knowledge. See, we would have gone to the wrong side of the runway again. I was looking at the weather. It looks like where we're going in upstate New York has got clear skies right now. I know there's some clouds that are supposed to be coming in a little bit later, so I'm hoping we can beat it. Oh, I never started tracking my flight.
On air started tracking automatically. Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Forget to do that all the time. I watched the first part of the stream last night and I was laughing a little bit when you talked about Best Buy drop and you admitted it wasn't the game's fault. Of it not working on Sunday when I was cursing the devs. Yeah, and the Best Buy drops, God, they're ridiculous. I wish they would figure out a better system. I don't know. I think my best bet is to try and get, like, they call it EVGA B stock. It's like stuff that people have purchased and has either been sent back or it's stuff that they've pulled directly off of their line just because it has like a scratch in it or like a decal is missing or just something like cosmetic. So might try and get in on that. Otherwise, Zotac, they have a queue that pops once or twice a week that maybe I could get my hands on. I don't know. I have a Micro Center that I could go to as well. The only problem with that, and I do like the way they do it, so they used to make a line, and you had to sit out all night, basically. They got rid of that. It's now you show up at, I forget what time it is. There's a QR code, you scan it with your phone, and then it randomly selects, like whatever the amount of stock they're getting that day, it randomly selects that amount of people from the crowd to be like chosen, right? And then you, like, if it chooses you, you go in and you select like what card you want. If there's not any cards that you want, then I think you can just select like, no, I don't want a card, and it will bump you, like it'll go to the next person in the list then. So, that's a really nice system. The problem is they don't get graphics card deliveries on the weekend, which is so shit, really. I mean, if you work at a 9 to 5, or not even a 9 to 5, I don't work a true 9 to 5, but I mean, if you work a 40-hour scheduled work Monday through Friday, like I do and many other people do, you can't get it. Like, you would have to take time off of work. Just so dumb. So nice not having to listen to air traffic control in this game. Yeah, the Best Buy drop. Yeah, that's when it clicked. Like, wait a minute. I had others. It's so different, you know, because some people have different usernames on here, so I don't know really who is who. Job's done, you're done, though? Nice. Well, you got a long weekend, I guess. That's one way to look at it. I always tell my company, I'm like, if you're going to give me any 2 days off, give me a Friday or a Monday off, because that's a longer weekend. Yeah, it's really a lot of BS. You know, we should probably set our autopilot. Get that all set up here. Let's go to, we're gonna go to 5,000. Gosh, we're down to 4 already. And IAS at 125 is that we want to climb out at. And yeah. Turn on nav. Okay. Why am I sitting so close to the yoke tonight?
Airborne time logged. Wind 130 at 8 knots.
Why are you telling me the wind? I'm not landing. I still can't get over like these colors in this game, man. It looks so good. Weather and Seattle tonight. Gonna get smoked. That's karma for destroying Montreal. Oh, yeah, I don't know. You know, to be honest, I haven't followed a ton on the Wild so far this year. I mean, the season, like, just started, I guess, so... I did see... Where did I see it? The salmon toss for the Kraken at the end of the game, you know, instead of like tossing out pucks and stuff, they toss out stuffed salmons. At first when I saw it, I was like, wait, are they tossing out a real salmon? And actually, when I originally like saw it, I thought like it was like wow, I can't think of this. Detroit. You know, when someone gets the hat trick in Detroit, they throw the octopus or whatever, and I thought that's what it was. Like, Seattle fans were throwing salmons onto the ice. Five 1-0 for Minnesota? Oh, shit. Hopefully they can keep that up. What are we at for time? It was an hour and 50 minutes here. That's gonna go down here significantly though. Yeah, it's kind of cool that they do that. It's unique, you know? Like everywhere else they hand out like pucks, right? Like they put the tape around it, and you know, usually the guy will like sign his name, and maybe they'll put the stats for the night down on it and stuff like that, and then they'll toss it out to somebody. But yeah, the salmon's pretty sweet. Hour and 29 minutes. It is 4:42. Wait, why is it 4:42 all of a sudden? I set the time like just prior to... Oh, because it set the time back. Shit, it didn't... Okay, set this stuff again. Good. All right. Well, we're gonna have to hammer down, I think, to get up there. Whoops. Knock my keyboard off there. Go away. Go away. Go away. Damn thing. And at least lean her out and give her a little more of a clean burn. We're gonna get to 25. No, 20 is our top. 220. Lock the camera in a little bit of a scenic angle there, I guess. 7 Celsius. I suppose we should throw the pitot heat on just in case. Yeah, I think, God, I think this is so awesome, the fall colors. And it's so funny, it's like, it's something like this, like, it's this small, like, it's one mod, but it makes for the game experience to be so much different and better, in my opinion. Like, I'm actually excited to, like, fly like whenever I can now, and I haven't had that, you know, in a little while. I mean, I've had it, I guess, but not to the extent of where I'm at now. It's like it's a brand new game. So, but it's, I guess it's, you know, expected. It's, yes, it's one mod, but I mean, it's a huge change to the game that you're doing. It's 78. We'll just leave it for now, I guess. What are we even carrying? Specialist equipment. That's what we're carrying. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's actually a nice view. Getting kind of into the hill range here of Pennsylvania. I can see I'm looking off to the side here on the map, I can see Williamsport. Isn't that where the Little League World Series is? Isn't that Williamsport, Pennsylvania? I see Scranton. Go up and see Michael Scott, right? Yeah, Williamsport. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, Williamsport sounds really familiar. I think that's what it is, but I guess I can't remember it completely. It's crazy how we're flying into this area now, and there definitely must be more like evergreen trees in this space because it's a lot more greenery than it is like autumn colored trees. Oh, excuse me. Really curious how this guy did that, you know? because I think he redid the trees as well, different from what Asobo had done. But maybe he just went off their detail that they did and like said, okay, this model, make this color and stuff, or this variation, and then as it injects it in, it knows what color to make them. That'd be my guess. That's how he does it. Looks pretty sweet coming up here, whatever this is, up here in this range. I don't think, no, it's not, we're actually really not close to the New York border yet. We're probably about 50 miles from the New York border. In New York. Just remember the like remake they did to that song, Making Bacon Pancakes. That was Adventure Time, wasn't it? Weird. So, and then like the vegetation, like the trees kind of drop off here. You know, I eventually, like, my goal is, whoop. My goal, you know, eventually with this like career mode that I'm doing is I want to get into like flying bigger planes and into the jetliners and things like that, which will be cool on a whole nother level, but I will truly miss this. And like, I think I got to figure out a way to still have this, you know, especially around this time of the year, to enjoy the low and slow flying. Because, you know, when you're 40,000 feet above, you know, you don't see any of this detail and things like that. Like, it all looks the same from up above there, so we'll have to figure out a way to get the kind of the best of both worlds, I would say. One of your mods has it for sub sound effects, the Making Bacon Pancakes. You found it in another language? Really? What language did you find it in? I don't know how that would fit into another language. Maybe. I guess, I don't know. Big old jetliner don't carry me too far. Oh gosh, excuse me. Ooh. I'm hoping the way I can time it, well, maybe not exactly, we'll time it this way, is in game here. I'm actually kind of curious of where I'm sitting at money-wise in this career mode. I hate that it drops the sound out. I mean, it's kind of nice sometimes because when you don't want to hear the drone of the plane anymore, you can just like click out of your window and it silences it. Sometimes I want to hear that, you know? All right, let's see. Let's go back to the dashboard here. We have $189,000 in cash on hand. That's not a lot of cash. Throw it in the Discord. All right, sweet. I'll have to watch it later. Listen to all the different languages. Yeah, because let's look. Anyways, well, before I get too distracted in my story that I was gonna tell. Actually, hold on here. We're gonna drop her down here. Go to IIS. Drop it back to, go back to about 2000 RPM. No, not really. I just want to get out of these clouds here. And I figure if we're flying in good terrain like this, why not just go a little bit lower instead of higher? Oh, we're hitting some wind here. About 12 knots crosswind. I suppose as we're flying over these hills and stuff, we're going to be hitting thermals. Okay, there we go. As I was saying though, in Q2 of 2022, it sounds like, which is a decent time away from now, but it will go fast, as I know, like everything else does. PDMG is supposed to be releasing their 737, which is like a super highly anticipated game or plane for the game. And PDMG is a very, very, very good like add-on plane builder. They've had years of reputation behind them for all of their planes that they make, and they're like they call them they're a study level aircraft. So like every single like system works in the plane. The hell? I suppose we can bring back the sound of the engine. Sorry, I'm just gonna look at something. Wait, what? I just got an email from Chipotle. Celebrate burrito with us on Roblox. We're dropping $1 million in free burritos from 10/28 through 10/31 on Roblox. Oh, wait, what? No, it's not on Roblox. Oh, it says dress up in your Roblox avatar in a Chipotle-inspired Halloween costume. Visit the cashier in our virtual restaurant. Oh, it is in game. To get a free burrito. First 30,000 people. Are you serious? Dude, get out of here. Roblox and fucking Chipotle? That's really dumb. I mean, I guess good marketing on them, really, but still dumb. uh, yeah. It's Fortnite level of dumb? Yeah. I can say I've never played Roblox before in my life, and I probably don't ever intend to play it. Although I was watching, like when the Squid Game hotness was going on, there were streamers that were playing like Squid Game in Roblox. I'm not gonna lie, that did look kind of fun, just because it reminded me a bit of Fall Guys, but obviously it was Squid Game. So I thought that was kind of cool. You know what I forgot to... shit. Remind me before I end stream tonight, there's another couple mods that I wanted to put into this game for VFR. So they call it VFR. It's visual flight rules. It means you're flying by like what you see. You use landmarks to navigate across. Versus IFR, which is instrument flight rules, which is you fly off of your gauges and compasses and things like that. And only that, right? Like if you're in bad weather, that's what you use. But seeing these windmills coming up here right off the front of the nose made me think that I have a mod to download that is supposed to include some ridiculous amount of like objects in the US, Canada, maybe Mexico as well. But there's, it's supposed to be like visual landmarks for pilots navigating in the skies. Because you can, when you're flying VFR, there's actually, they call them VFR charts that you have to follow. And VFR charts will tell you like if you have to maintain a certain altitude, like due to elevation, terrain, or maybe some other things that you need to avoid. Obviously it'll put like restricted airspaces in there, military installations, what else? I don't know. Washington DC is a restricted no-fly zone. You can fly into it, I guess. You need to have permission though, and it's actually one of the toughest airspaces to get into in the nation. There's a guy I was watching on YouTube here. His name is Matthew Gillemeyer, and he actually did it. He like made a video of him flying into the DC airspace. That was kind of cool. He had a touchdown at an airport outside of DC. And he had to phone up DC's flight center and basically explain to him like what his flight plan was that he was going to take, and all of his information, his plane number, all this and that. And then they gave him the green light, and then he took off again. And when he was then in the air talking to controllers, they were able to see that he had authorization to go through the airspace. So it was really cool. Really cool. There's other stuff. But anyway, well, I guess before I get into another story, there's so on a VFR map, it'll actually have like landmarks to you, like in the US they'll use them sometimes, but over in England it's actually a very big deal. They use churches for their VFR landmarks. Because like churches don't change that much. Like they don't move or they don't get torn down. things like that. Like they're always kind of where they are. And so that's what they made a lot of their landmarks off of. And that's what it's supposed to include. If you were to look on a map and say like, oh yeah, like I'm supposed to, make a bank over this lake at like, this degree to head to this airport. Things like that. So I was going to say a side note to that is, so they call them NOTAMs, which is notice to all airmen. And you're supposed to read NOTAMs or NOTAMs, however you want to say it, tomato, tomato. You're supposed to read it before you brief for your flight. No matter where you're flying, you should always check your flight plan and your route to make sure you're not flying through any areas that have NOTAMs to follow. And there's there's quite a few videos of it. There's a YouTube channel that they follow. They do like air traffic control audio recordings, and sometimes they'll put it on there. People that have failed to read such NOTAMs before their flight. And I think there's a couple of them where it's like people in private planes flying in and out of airports that failed to read active TFRs, which is temporary flight restrictions. And usually it has to do with something that's going on. They'll put it in place. Like if there's a big sports event going on, they usually will put like a 2-mile no-fly zone restriction all around the arena. What else? Like 4th of July is a big one for fireworks. If a city's launching fireworks off, they'll put usually a TFR up for the area, just because last thing you want to do is smoke some plane that's flying through the air. Although I feel like if you're flying a plane through the air and you see fireworks getting launched into the sky, like your instinct should be like, hey, we might run into those. Maybe we should turn to avoid those. But anyways, I digress into the IQ levels of some humans. But anyways, another big one though, obviously, is like military training exercises. They can place a TFR out in the desert. There's a ton of them that you'll come across, especially out in the Nevada test range, out towards California by like Edwards Air Force Base and stuff. They'll have a bunch of military flight restrictions when they want to do training exercises. And of course, the other like big one, end all be all, is presidential airspace flight restrictions. So like if a president is going to be in a city or at an airport or something like that, they will usually put a TFR up that is quite large, where like they don't want you getting close to the president at all whatsoever. And there's been a few videos that I've enjoyed of private pilots. Actually, both of them that I've listened to is when the president has been in Philadelphia, and when they're flying into Philly airspace, it's happened twice that they've got these recordings, but people have not observed the TFRs, and they end up breaking into the TFR airspace, which is a huge fucking no-no. Like, so when the president is somewhere and they have a TFR up, you can probably bet there's a 60-mile radius that you're not supposed to be flying in unless you have permission. And there are probably anywhere from 2 to 3 F-16s that fly that airspace the whole time that TFR is active, armed and ready to go if they have to. And these videos have had these pilots escorted by F-16s. So it's pretty funny because it starts off like, it's the controller for the airspace is usually trying to get a hold of the pilot to let them know, like, hey, you're about to bust into a TFR. I need you to turn north or west and exit out of this TFR and I will route you elsewhere. And it's usually because pilots they're not on the right frequency or something's going on. And so they call over and over and over and over. And if they can't get a hold of them after like maybe 3 or 4 calls, like the Air Force will get involved. And there's a guard frequency. It's usually 122.5 is guard. They call it guard it's a common frequency for both military and civilian aviation to be on the same frequency and talk to each other if they need to be, because military aircraft, their frequency range is different than civilian when they're talking to each other and things like that, because obviously you don't want military, you don't want to have that stuff like out and have it public knowledge. So anyways, yeah, both of these videos have been like F-16 pilot is flying to intercept. They call them TOIs, which is target of interest. I think that's what it refers to. But you'll hear them. They always refer to them as the TOI, and like they're on them within minutes or whatever, and it's funny because they'll fly like if you bust into like a presidential airspace restriction, like an F-16 will have no problem. Like they'll fly across your nose and they'll rock their wings back and forth, like, and that's your signal, like you need to follow me right now, and they'll keep escorting you to wherever you're going, or until someone gets a hold of you and is like, what the fuck are you doing? You need to land here, or you need to fly this heading and exit out of the airspace. So there's a couple of different ways. My favorite of those videos always is like the air controllers, like they'll talk to the pilot and they'll be like, hey man, yeah, you just busted into the TFR. And, they'll kind of talk to them and they'll maintain total professionalism. Like they're not getting pissed like you effing idiot, like I can't believe you just did that. Like that doesn't happen. But you messed up as a pilot when an air controller or a traffic or like a tower controller, like they'll tell you and be like, hey, whatever your call sign is that you're going by, like they'll call you up and they'll be like, hey, I got a number I need you to write down. You need to give this a call when you get on ground. That number sometimes is a number to them, or sometimes that number is the number to the FAA, and you have to call them and explain what the hell you're doing, why you messed up, and you need to have a really damn good excuse. Like if it's a bad mess up, like punching through presidential restriction airspace, like you should have a very valid reason of why you did that, other than I was just a dum-dum and neglected, because the FAA very well could pull your license as a pilot at that point. So yeah, there's good videos, kind of some funniness to it. I mean, like serious, like you do not want to fuck up. Like you hear these guys, like the F-16 pilots, when they're on guard frequency and they're trying to call to the civilian aircraft they're trying to get a hold of, like they always will call. They'll be like Noble 01, or like their call signs are always like Noble, and they use like a number like 001 or Noble 2. But like they will say like, November 254 hotel, like this is Noble 1, you are being intercepted by an armed United States military F-16, like you need to comply immediately or risk the chances of being shot down. Like that's the message they send you. Like this isn't like, hey buddy, let just follow me, like it's okay, just follow me. Like nope, they let you know who they are, what they're flying, and what they're carrying on board. That guy stole the planes. Oh yeah, it's SeaTac. Yeah. What was he? He was wasn't he an employee at the airport? Was he like a baggage guy or something like that? Amazement and people can be that stupid. Yeah. I mean, it's just neglect that usually is what causes it. It's people are not paying attention to the NOTAMs to where they're flying. And on top of that, they're usually not on the right frequency. Like most planes these days, they can run a 2 frequency. So like, I guess you really can't see here, but this is my radio deck that sits on top of my yoke. And I have a COM 1 and COM 2. And in most planes, actually some of the jetliners, they have a COM 3 that you can actually listen in on. But what I can do is, if I want, I can pipe both of these frequencies into my head, and I can listen to both frequencies, but you can only talk on one. You can only actually be true active on one frequency. But yeah, they're not on the right frequencies. So they're just big dum-dums that didn't do their research before they went up into the sky. It's funny, there's one of them, it's like after they settle this, like this pilot was flying into a smaller airport and he was on their frequency, and it's an unmonitored frequency. Like they call them a Unicom frequency. So if anybody's on that, like they dial in, like they call into that and they can hear. So like even if there's not an actual air traffic tower, like other pilots can let other pilots know what they're doing. Like, hey, I'm coming in for a landing. Hey, I'm taxiing to take off. Like things like that. And that's what he was on. But anyways, after they like got it all squared away, the guy like calls back to Philly approach or whatever, and he's like, Philly approach. He's like, number 1, like want to climb back to the cap or whatever, and they call it the cap. That's like the top of the restricted airspace, which I think it was like 16,000. I think was the restricted airspace. So as long as you were above 16,000 feet, you could go right over the top of it. But if you're in that, like you can't. And like Philly approach is like, all right, like yeah, number 1 clear to climb 12,000, and so he climbs, and it's literally like I don't know, maybe 20 seconds later or whatever, he calls back. He's like, number 1 at 12,000, looking to climb back to the cap. Like, there's like, holy shit! Like, you just climbed from 2,000 feet to 12,000 feet in like no time whatsoever at all. It's just like, it's nuts. Like those planes, they'll just take off vertical, no problem at all, and keep climbing. He's a ground service agent, no prior flying experience. Yeah, that's right. He had enough knowledge though to operate the plane to a degree. And I don't, didn't he say like he had like practiced in video games or something like that? Who knows what video games he was practicing in, but. And like they said that he had enough knowledge to know how to start the plane and taxi it out and take off. But which that alone is like, I mean, that's a feat. Like, especially, what was he in again? It was like a dual turbo prop, like just a small, like, you know, like a charter plane kind of. It was like a Dash 8 or something like that. Which, I mean, those Dash 8s, I think, still carry anywhere from like 50 to 100 people, somewhere in that range. Like, they're not a very small plane by any means. And they're not a simple plane. Like, this plane that I'm flying here would be very simple compared to, like, that plane. So... Although he did end up crashing it, didn't he? Like, yeah, because he didn't live. Didn't he put it down out in the water or something like that? God, I got these little screws here at the top. They're like my little fidget spinners. He watched a mechanic in order to start it. Ah, okay. How did like, here's my question. How did the mechanic not, like, ever question this dude? Because the guy obviously had to have been, like, in the cockpit at the time to learn all of this. Like, dude just, like, one day was like, hey, man, hey, can I watch you start the plane? Like, and this mechanic never was like, you're a full grown ass adult, you want to see me start a plane? Like, that's just a little weird, maybe. I don't know, maybe that's not how it all is. Could have been quite different, but I do remember it. Isn't he's talking to, like, air traffic control. I think he's talking to the tower. He's like, hey, man, he's like, think this thing can do a barrel roll or whatever? And they're like, no, it can't. Like, let's not do that. Like, I know they were trying to talk him into, like, bringing it back down. They're like, you know, just bring it back down to safety. You know, let's not do anything stupid here. I'm looking. What is this? Oops. That's not the right... Okay. Cortland. That's what... I could see Syracuse on the map, but I was like, Syracuse is farther than that. I don't think we're gonna fly over Syracuse, though. We're gonna miss it. You know, I should check on the fuel. Okay, yeah, we're plenty good so far. 137 miles to go, so we're about halfway through our flight. What time is it in the game? It's 5:21. Okay. I think sunset is supposed to be like 5:45. I like actually looked it up today because I was like, oh, what time is the sunset? Like, I want to be flying like kind of right in at sunset. Because I guess the area we're going to, Adirondack, is it a national forest or is it a state park? I can't remember, but it's supposed to be really beautiful, I guess. He did have experience with video games. He probably played this. He probably actually did play this. I mean, yeah, that's probably 100% true. Although I feel like if you played this, like, well, we'll step back a couple years. Like, so the previous versions of Flight Simulator are not, how do I want to say this? they were built more for like hardcore sim people. This is the first one that is, I mean, it is still a pretty hardcore simulator. Some people will argue with this with me, though, like people that are really into flight simulation, that it is not true to like real life, which I do know there are some caveats there. But because this is the first one that has come out to a console as well, to like Xbox, this is like a huge step towards more of an arcade style gameplay. And you have to do that because, I mean, trying to frickin' fly a plane in a hardcore simulator off an Xbox controller just isn't going to work too well. So, which it does sound like the Xbox community has like come to enjoy this game quite a bit. I know I've gone on to Reddit a couple times and there's people talking. There was actually a guy, I thought it was really cool. He talked about how his dad like flew when he was younger, and then just, I think probably because of life and family and things like that, he like couldn't fly anymore or didn't fly anymore. And this was his son that was on Reddit that was talking. He's like, you know, my dad is old enough where like he would never like really understand computers, and like trying to get him into something like this on a computer would be utterly impossible, just because of the complexity and the time that he can put in. But he ended up, I think he said he bought his dad an Xbox or something like that, and he got his dad onto this game and like taught him like the basics on how to fly and things like that. And he's talking about how he flies around with his dad now, and like they both enjoy flying around. And I was like, that's pretty cool, man. Like that's wholesome as hell. Like that's dope. Like probably not too many people can say that. So, and there's other people that have said it as well. You know, they're just like, man, like I love aviation, but you know, I got a family and I don't have like a real high paying job, so like I can't build a really expensive computer tower, but I can, you know, get enough money to buy a console or whatever. And I bought a console, and like, or I had a console, and now I get to fly and enjoy aviation. So it opens up the market to a lot of people that never had access to something like this before, which is really, really, really cool, in my opinion. So there are some curmudgeon-y old senior, I'm not saying old, but like people that have been involved in the flight simulator community for a very long time that are just like, like this is mine, like not anybody should be able to do this. Like they're kind of pompous about it, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't care for that. I think it's just, I think that's a bad take to have. You know, I'm not saying like, I don't know. Put it this way. I like that they are making this game built for two different crowds. Like it can go both ways. Is it perfect for either crowd? No. It can definitely be improved upon on either side, on the arcade side or on the hardcore sim side. Yes, 100%. But does it check the box for both groups in most places? Hell yes. I believe so. And if you don't think that is true, well, then I don't know what to tell you, man. I guess you just want to be unhappy with what is available to you. So, yes, that is my take. No game is ever going to be 100% accurate, but if the just there, people can wing it. Yeah, yeah. Yes. Arguable. Yeah. There's definitely stuff out there that like people are like, yeah, like, so there's another flight simulator out there called X-Plane. That's kind of the other side of it's like the dark side. I don't know. It's not the dark side. I've never played X-Plane before. I've always been a Microsoft Flight Simulator guy, and they've always kind of been two different crowds, but they have crossover. And the people in X-Plane has done a really good job at creating a more extremely like focused simulator. Like, how do I want to explain this? They're very like focused on realism type simulator, and things like graphics and stuff like that is not like as big. Maybe that's not the right thing to be saying, because it can look very good. It's just, let's put it this way: to make it look very good, you better be ready to open your pocketbook up very wide. So it's also a much older game. X-Plane 11 was released back in good question, I don't know the year, but it's definitely much older, much more dated than this game. I mean, this game is like cutting edge graphics. So you open up for both groups. I mean, if you restrict to one side, then you limit your base. Exactly. Yeah, that was their big thing. It's like, so Microsoft Flight Simulator 10 was the last true flight simulator that Microsoft released, which was back in 2006, 7-ish, somewhere in that timeline, I think, was when FSX came out. And after FSX, they just cut it. They said no more, like, because it didn't make them any money. That was the big thing, right? Money drives the beast. So they cut the cord on that. Lockheed Martin got involved using the engine for FSX and updating it. They made their own version, which, like, the base was built off of FSX, but Lockheed would update it and did like more physics work. They called it Prepared. They actually used it for like training for pilots, both civilian and military. But like I said, Microsoft really didn't have anything to do with it. That was Lockheed kind of on their own. And then somewhere in the 2000, maybe, oh man, I'm gonna have to go back. It's hard to find information on this, but it was called Microsoft Flight, and it was a free-to-play flight simulator that Microsoft released. It only contained 2 planes, if I remember right. And I don't know if you could fly the whole world. But yeah, I think that was like a brainchild of like this game in its very early stages. I think it was a way for them to try and showcase Bing Maps data, because I think that's what they used. I could be wrong. But it was like a showcase or a showcase for them. And that didn't go anywhere. That, I don't know. It lasted for a millisecond, that actual game, if you want to call it that. It was an abomination, I guess, if you really want to label it. And then that was kind of it. That was the end of it. For some reason, I want to say it was like 2014-ish when Microsoft Flight came out. Like 2012 to 2014, somewhere in that range. And then, obviously, it wasn't touched until now, 2020. So, and obviously still in very heavy development. So, but yeah, X-Plane was really kind of the only one in the market for a long time. It was prepared in X-Plane if you wanted to play flight simulators. And I stepped away from flight simulators after FSX. I didn't play anything just because, I don't know, I didn't have the time and things like that. I was more of a recreational player in FSX. Like, I could kind of operate the planes, and I knew how autopilots worked, and I knew how to get from like airport to airport in the big jetliners and stuff like that. And that was probably about it. So, and before that, I had Flight Simulator 2002. Which if I recall right, I think 2002 was the last year it defaulted to Meigs Field, which used to be based pretty much smack dab downtown Chicago, right on the lake. It's not there anymore. Meigs Field. You can't even see it. It's a park now, I think, and like, I don't know, some other stuff. Maybe some like offices or some shit, warehouses. I don't even know. I looked it up a while ago. I was like, wow, what was that field? Oh yeah, it was Meigs Field. Is that around anymore? And then I found out, like, nope, it was closed. Actually, shortly after that. And then it was completely demolished and turned and redeveloped. But I always remember that, Meigs Field, because you could take off and literally if you took off north from Meigs Field and you banked left, it was downtown Chicago right there. Like, you had the Sears Tower, boom, looking right at you. So that was Flight Simulator 2002. And before that, I had Flight Simulator 98 was my first flight simulator. I had about 10 years of flight sims that I played on a on and off basis. And then I didn't touch anything after that 10-year period. Had a gap of about 10 years, I would say. Probably 2010-ish was probably one of those, like, the official, like, time I stepped away from flight sims. And now we're back. And it looks like the sun is setting. Kinda. What are we at for? About 30 minutes? Okay, so we might time this out pretty well, I guess. We're about 7 minutes from the border of the park. We're about 5 minutes from Boonville, New York. Where do you live? Out in the boonies in Boonville. That's kind of funny. I think, though, I guess we'll see. Does it? It looks like it gets more hilly. Okay. Well, we might not. I don't know. We might not get... This might not be as good of looking as what I was planning it to be. I think because we're going away from the sun, we're going to be looking at the shaded side of everything. Versus, I think if we were flying the other way, like you'd be looking at the light side, this might not look as nice as I was like thinking. I was like, oh man, we'll come in, everything will be like really orange and yellowish. It'll be like in the foothills and mountains of New York. Maybe not. I feel like I should have adjusted the time by another half an hour-ish, maybe. Not maybe 20 minutes. Never goes as you expect, yeah. Yesterday was pretty... I mean, I wanted to fly like a midday flight yesterday because I wanted like the absolute best, brightest light to make that takeoff out of there from Asheville area. So that place was awesome. That was gorgeous. I'm definitely always gonna try to fly back to that spot in the game here. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, my plan was to probably... Well, so we're going to fly to New York here, upstate New York. And I was thinking about cutting a little more east, but I can't go that far east, obviously, until I hit the Atlantic. So, I don't know. I was debating... I think the schedule is going to be Saturday will be the next stream. What time I don't know yet, if it'll be like a night stream or if I'll do a daytime stream. I'm kind of like leaning towards doing a day stream. And then I was thinking of doing a short flight over to like New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine-ish area, and then going back west, back towards where home base is, and trying to actually make like more money at that point. It was that or flying back south. So, all right, I think we're hitting peak sunset here. Where are we at? Yeah, kind of. Okay, that looks pretty good, I guess. We'll just pretend that we're sticking our head through that tiny hole right there, that little window, which is probably not very big IRL. Like your head would actually never fit out of that at 177 knots at 4,000 feet, and it's about 6 or 7 degrees Celsius out there. A little chilly. Well, let's pretend we'll be like Ace Ventura. That looks sweet for sure. Like, oh, okay, hold on. I think we need to get back out of the plane. There we go. Just need the head tracking to work for me properly. I kind of want to take a screenshot of this. I don't want to move my head though, really. Alright. Angle out and boom, screenshot. And let's get one of that lake there. I need some good thumbnails. Like a glove, yeah. Where are we flying over? Okay, we're just the southeast of Boonville. Old Boonville right there. I think we can see downtown right off the left wing. Yeah, see, I wanted to be up, like, where those, I don't know, mountain hills are. Depends who you talk to of what kind of terrain that is. To some people, they'll say those are foothills. To some, they'll say they're mountains. Is that... That might be snow. That is error on Bing data. It's definitely like old data that is being injected in. Let's go camera showcase. Oh yeah, perfect. Look at that color. Bam! Alright, hold on here. Hold on. Ah, that's gonna show everything. Damn. Wow. Now, why is it... I don't want to see all that stuff. I wish I had my controller hooked up because I could probably navigate it. I think. Oh! There we go. How do we go up? I want altitude. Yeah, R, raise. There we go. Alright, I need this thing to go away. Alright, that's gorgeous there. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Yeah, I don't even know where we are. Where are we? That looks pretty crazy. We can go down low. Come on, keep going. Keep going. Yeah, people actually will like set it up in this game that they do like this drone. Why can't I take a screenshot? Okay, that was super delayed. I think my wireless keyboard's having interference issues. But people will, whoops, I want to go down. People will pretend like they're walking around their planes in game here. Come on, let's keep going down here. So it's a little bit of a terrain area, like a hilly area. That's kind of cool. I definitely wish it was a little bit lighter out as we got into this more of a hilly space. Oh, can we grab a shot like right as we crest? Come on, go down. Or can I not go down? Maybe I can't go down anymore. No, I think this is the lowest we can go. All right. Let's try and grab a shot of the sun as we crest on a hill or something. Come on, keyboard, work for me. Don't fail me at this time. Oh, gosh. Going through the bushes? Maybe it caught it just in time. Bush gang. Save the bush. I don't know why this is not wanting to work real well. It's just having a hard time reading the USB dongle. I'd like to have a little house here on the lake. Oh man, now we're turned into like that pinkish haze. What is that, like a cliff? Well, it's supposed to be a cliff, probably. Yeah. Yeah, they did a real good job. Moving on up. Is that a mansion? I can't zoom in. Damn. Oh, that's the Kappa sign. That's right. I forgot. That's the Kappa sign. That just dawned on me again. Google Clear Iowa, it's amazing. Maybe we'll make a flight out to there, huh? All right, 15 minutes left. I think we're gonna really be touching down right as it gets like dark. I guess maybe we didn't time it too bad. Maybe like by 10 minutes we could have done a little bit better. Getting all the screenshots. All right, I'm gonna do this as well before I forget. Okay, worked for me. Oh, okay. Oh gosh. The other way, all the way up the other way, is the fuel cutoff. What? The last thing we want to hit. Look at that, the sun just perfectly hitting. I think they did a really good job with like the coloring gradients. Oh man, I would love to see this in HDR right now. Pretty sweet, I guess. Right, yeah, no, I remember. Yeah. And maybe we'll make a trip there here in the game. And as well, maybe we'll go up the North Shore of Minnesota. Because that can be like really beautiful along the Superior line and stuff. Here. Okay. Get the heading mode set. Straight north. And what's the altitude of our airport at? 1,645 feet. Actually, where are we coming in? Actually, no. I should take that back. This is exactly the route we want to be coming in. So we're going to runway 05. Yeah, I saw that. It's so cringy. We are the metaverse. Like, what? That's just beyond cringy, man. Nonetheless, all of their BS tactics that they go with. Go. Zuckerberg is the definition of cringe. Yeah, I mean, he can be a pretty cringy guy. Heading. Yeah. Oh, I think I see the airport there. That out. Right there. That's our guy. 20 miles out, probably. I do that. That's the wrong mouse. Go. Make sure we get ourselves all lined up here. Yeah, I say this is a pretty good place we chose to fly into. I'm on a roll, I guess, for flying into good spots. Hopefully we can keep it up. This is one thing I haven't seen actually, pretty much in the last couple flights, is any other traffic in the sky, and there's somebody right there, obviously. I wonder if it's got to be a person flying in game. I don't think it would be any AI traffic. Yes, sirree, that is us. Suppose let's get everything set here. Put on 2,200 feet. Remind me, I'll have to get that that bot going this weekend for the guesses on the landing rate. Let's put this bad boy down, eh? Right as it's getting like pitch black out. That's a nice view right there. If I wasn't about to land, I'd take a picture or a screenshot. You know, this guy didn't call out his minimums. Drop her out.
Landing time logged.
That was soft. Look at that. Just as we're about to go to total darkness here in probably 5-ish minutes. Yeah, that was real smooth. I say that flight went pretty doggone good. Oh, taxiway, that goes forever though. Jeez. Oh, should have turned in there. I could have gone a little bit further, I guess. Let these guys park us here. Turn our strobe light off. Turn these lights off so we don't blind them. Oh, he's not even facing the right way, because I'm not facing the right way. Okay. Everything's looking good. The ice can come off. Flaps are up.
Engine off time logged. Flight is finished. It has been monitored by On Air.
Well, $11,300 there for our landing. That's pretty good. Yeah, sweet. Made it an hour and 30 minutes. Sweet. Hell yeah. Take off. Wait, why didn't that count that landing? It didn't count a landing. It counted our takeoff during the day. Is it just because we... Whatever. Main menu. Damn, look at that. Wow, I wonder where that is. Should have tried to figure where that was. I'm gonna take a look here. This profile. What do I got? 117 flight hours. Okay. It's getting better. Oh, this is crazy. Look at this. Maximum fly time without a stall. 12,777 minutes. What is for seconds? What is that? 3.5 hours is all I feel like I've done a longer flight than that. Maybe not. Total distance flown. Look at that. 27.8 million meters. Max distance with no. I didn't even notice all these flights. These are kind of cool. Huh. Total flight time below sea level. Oh, I haven't done that yet. Achievements. What do we got? There's one I want to find. I don't understand this. Is like land at an airport with winds. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I've done that. I have done that. That says 100%. Duh. Complete a nonstop 300-mile flight from parking spot to parking spot without assistance. All right, we'll have to do that probably. This is it. This is the one I want to do. Frequent fly miles. Fly from. This is over in France, where Sobo is from. I don't know the city. To yeah, Seattle, SeaTac, where Microsoft's headquarters are at. It's like a 10-hour flight. I want to stream that one day. Once we get to the jetliners, we'll stream that. Yeah, 1,000 hours. What is this? Updates are available? Well, fucking, what is updating? Content manager? This is probably not gonna load, is it? I wish they would fix this because I have mods installed on here that are not in the in-game marketplace. They're from a third party. It doesn't, like, you can't pull up the content manager, so I can't update stuff. Nice. Oh, shit. That's kind of cool. You can see local people now. Oh, these are all. Why would it show all your That's weird. Show all your regular friends. Okay. Well, let's take a look here at what we got for our flights. Oh, you fuck right off, malware bytes, and you can. What is that? Dark? Never heard of that before. Okay. Oh shit! I gotta look. The plane craft details. The where is it? 11 days. My annual checkup. I got 11 days left. How long? What the? Ferry? Oh, interesting. You can bring your aircraft to a different airport and you don't have to fly it. That's actually kind of nice. Before, you could never do that. If you wanted to move an aircraft to another airport, you had to fly the damn thing or hire an AI pilot to do it. La 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 la. Annual checkup price $36,000. What? Okay, maintenance. What do we got here? Annual checkup. Get a quote. 3 days. Okay, well, that won't work. I got to figure out when to schedule that. That's literally 3 days and 1 hour of IRL time that I cannot use the plane. FFF. Damn it. Because my streams are never like 3 days apart, or right now they're not. Shit. Well, ooh. I would really like to do some flying this weekend. My other thought was if I'm not going to do flying, we could always, it's the weekend, but you could do some good old ATS. You know, I don't know if we want to set something up. If you're down to join Shock, we can schedule something at least. And maybe we can get some other people. It's early enough. I don't know. That's always an option, I guess. Unless I do... Yeah. Because my plan was maybe to stream Saturday, possibly do a Sunday stream. If kind of have to keep an eye on where I'm at with all my yard work, being the leaves are falling like crazy right now. Because I'm gonna pick leaves up tomorrow. That's why I won't stream. I mean, I guess I could stream later tomorrow night. But I was thinking of taking a night off and then stream Saturday, do a longer stream, possibly stream Sunday, depending on how I'm feeling. And then I was thinking of doing a Monday night stream, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'll skip that and I can schedule this. Unless I just say fuck it and we just push it off for another week, I guess. Oh, is it? Oh, wait, Halloween is this Sunday. That's right. Yeah, I think it's gonna be in another room dinner prep. Nice. What are you doing for dinner? I was stuffing my face before we started the stream here. I guess, you know what? Let's take a look. Let's look at what this airport has for jobs. This might dictate. Yeah. Any really good paying jobs that we can do? That's incorrect. Should be 700 pounds if I remember right. Where's this thing going? Oh shit, that's going like downtown. Hey, you know, that's been a place I haven't gone, is like straight up downtown, like towards New York. Otherwise, yeah, like what is this worth? $5,600. That's two legs. Although, damn. That's worth 29. Ooh. I don't even know if we can do that flight. That's right at the threshold there. Barbecue bacon cheeseburgers. A shitty weather out, but competent enough to grill for now. Nice. I haven't had burgers in a while. Actually sounds really good. Barbecue bacon cheeseburger. I always will do like burgers, but I'm just super lazy when I do a burger. It's like, fuck it. Like I'm gonna do just the basic 17 or 7.5. That's like worth no money at all whatsoever. Ba-da-ba-ba. That would come down all the way right here. This thing, that's worth 2,300. Man, I really don't know what I want to do. I'm kind of tempted to take this because this will take this northern airport first. We'll fly over the White Mountain National Forest. Probably actually be we'll be a little ways from Mount Washington. Could take a little detour though and come on down. It'd be sweet to kind of fly over Mount Washington in the game. And then this gets us down to good old Boston. Saw that wrong. I should say Boston. Gotta hold the A's. What do we got from it? Jobs out of here. It's can we favorite this? What the shit? I thought you used to be able to favorite stuff. Oh, there it is. Just couldn't see it. Die. What is that? Okay. What was that? That was this flight, right? Yes. Okay. Favorite that. Just to keep that in mind. And let's look like what flights we got out of here. We're planning, pre-planning. Not many good flights out of here though. What if we stretch it out further? What do we got? In New York. Damn, that's worth pretty good money. I wonder if I can fly that. When is that supposed to expire, that job? 249 hours. Okay. What was the airport we were gonna go to? KCAC. From K-Bed. K-Bed to KCAC. Good old Akron. With, let's see here, it was 3 people. 90. Okay. Good there. Oof. That would be a really tight flight. Fuel wise. Because what's. That's worth good money, though. That's. Poof. That's good money. Okay. What about out of here? What do we have? Shit, we can go back down to North Carolina from there. Oh, come on. Oop. Oop. Might be able to do some of that stuff. What do we got for shorter, heavier flights? Up to Canada. Who the hell wants to go up to Canada? I think maybe we'll take these flights. We'll do these routes. I'm tempted to take them before they disappear, though. Let's do this. We'll come back to that. This in game gives me $650. but it gives me actually more in the app because I get extra. Okay. All right, I think we got our next kind of flights figured out. You know what I mean? I'll take this and we'll take that. We'll do that Saturday. Hey? Not too bad of flights. Yeah, maybe we'll do that Saturday and then I'll figure out some other stuff. If we keep going, I could do like flights to into next weekend, but then I for sure would have to do that yearly inspection on the plane in the game here. So planning ahead. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. I think we got a plan. So we'll do. I think we'll stream on Saturday. Maybe we'll do like a day stream. We could always do, you know, some good old ATS trucking. Why are you gonna be poopy, game? We always do some ATS trucking towards the end of the night on Saturday as well, or if we get bored of flying. So, yeah, maybe we'll stick with that. Is it always? It gets stuck. It doesn't want to shut the game down. There we go. Screw you, Flight Simulator. So yeah, we'll rock out with that, I guess, for now, and then we'll go from there on future stream plans and whatnot. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you all for hanging out tonight, chatting, lurking, whatever you were doing. I appreciate you stopping in, and hopefully it was an entertaining flight and stream for the most part. Yeah, like I said, gonna take tomorrow night off, do the adult life things, and then come back Saturday for a day-ish longer stream, and then we'll see what Sunday entails. Probably depends a little bit on how long I stream on Saturday. If I end up streaming for a very long time, I probably won't stream on Sunday, just to have a day to chill and kind of recuperate, get ready for the week. But we'll go from there at least. So Saturday we'll be here. I don't know what time for sure yet. Kind of thinking like midday, probably like right around noon ish or whatever. So, yeah, maybe we'll start around noon. We'll try for that. I'll no more tomorrow though. I'll set something up. I'll schedule it here in YouTube so you can come to the channel and you can see when I have it scheduled. I'll probably get that somewhere up tomorrow night. I'll have that, and then yeah, I'll just let you guys know in Discord as well, I suppose, on Saturday when I do go live, so you guys can tune in. So, oh yeah, Halloween is Sunday. True. Good thing. Think about that. Damn. It sucks that Halloween's on a Sunday this year. Because it'd be cool to stream and do some spooky games, but maybe we'll do that Saturday night, huh? Maybe that'll be the plan. After flying, or if we get sick of flying, we'll do some spooky games. So, yeah. Anyways, I'll stop rambling. Shock. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your burgers. I'm jealous. They sound actually really good right now. My mouth is kind of watering. And yeah, I appreciate you stopping in, hanging out, chatting. I said, got some good screenshots here. I'll have to upload them and I'll actually get some proper screenshots for YouTube as well. So, but yeah, you guys take care. Have a good rest of your night, and we will see you on Saturday. Every time it does this. Hold on. Let me just try something here. Okay, we're gonna test something on Stream Deck. Stream might end. We'll see you guys.